cheers, man. Fuck what we doing.
birthday
Yeah,
today?
man. Come on. Happy early
birthday.
birthday.
No, Monday's my
This
birthday.
yeah, bro. But
Yeah,
happy
thank you,
early
thank you.
birthday. Come on, man. Let me just intro this real quick. We got the MIC podcast. You already know what's up. Episode 70. Yeah, 70. Yeah. If you were mad, hate harder. It's okay. Nah, I'm joking. Niggas be throwing fake haters on themselves. Nah, thank y'all for your support, man. Nah, 70 episodes is crazy, but
It is crazy.
we got Simone Davis in the motherfucking building, man. One more cheers. Come on, man. We got the
Cheers,
cold brew in the
cheers.
cup. Early birthday. By the
Yes.
time, yeah, nah, for sure. It's going to be crazy. By the time, this drops, it'll, pretty much be the day before your birthday. So,
Okay.
yeah. So,
Cool,
we
cool.
close. But, Simone, thank you so much for joining us,
Thank
yo.
you for having me, man.
We're just going to pretty much just get to know you, bro.
Let's do it.
Just get to know the artist and all that stuff. So, where are you from in Pittsburgh?
Northside.
Okay.
Yeah, Northside. Kind of Manchester for a little bit, but more so grew up in like Brighton Heights area.
Okay.
And then, but I actually just recently moved to Stanton Heights.
Oh, okay. Where? And like, how was it, growing up in the north side?
How was it?
Yeah.
Mom, dad, brother, neighborhood kids. Like, it was cool.
Yeah.
Like, you asked that, like, was it rough?
Nah. Like I'm not saying like but just like what was your experience just like growing up in the north side? Like, we're just like regular childhood. Like, we're just involved in the regular stuff or like.
Yeah. Honestly, the house that I'm in now was my grandparents' house.
Okay.
So we really did a lot of stuff on the east side. We lived on the north side, but like maybe North Side Saints, I did cheerleading, and my brother did the football thing.
Okay.
I did go to Perry High School,
Okay.
but elementary I went to Sunnyside, and yeah, so it's kind
Okay.
of been back and forth. But yeah, dope childhood.
Cause like you've been performing since like 6 years old, like very young, right?
Very, very young.
So like is your family musically inclined, or like was that just kind of you maybe just like exploring your interest a little bit?
The weird thing is, it really is just me and my brother. But like, my mom doesn't sing; she can sing a little bit.
Yeah.
But she's not like anything in music. My dad doesn't do anything in music. He appreciates music. Like, he's definitely a big jazz guy and
Okay.
stuff like that. But yeah, it was just kind of me.
Okay, and like what do you think like sparked that? Like just like at such a young age too, like you 6 years old, like trying to sing and put
Church.
words together. Yeah, okay, yeah, that
That's
that nah,
usually
but
how
like
it
that
happens.
makes sense. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's where all that stuff kind of formulates.
Yep, church for sure. Didn't really, like, a lot of my friends didn't even know that I sang. Like,
For
if you didn't
real?
go to my church, then you probably didn't even know that I sang for a
Okay.
long time. Yeah. I didn't really do anything in elementary school. I did sing in like my 5th grade graduation, stuff like that. But for the most part, no, it was always like a separate thing.
And like just were you part of like the kids choir? Like how were like what aspect were you involved in as far as the church singing?
Yeah, kids choir,
Okay.
praise team, like you name it, I was singing in it.
Damn.
Basically.
Did your parents push you into that, or like was that just something that you just expressed interest in? They're like, okay, well if you like that, let's plug you in here. Like,
More so that. Like,
Okay.
I expressed interest, and it was kind of like say less. And my mom took me down, introduced me to the choir director, and the rest was history.
it was how long were you doing that in the kids choir?
Oh, man. I mean, and you eventually, like, graduate to the next choir up
Sure.
and stuff like that. So I would say, I can't even tell you how long it was,
Yeah,
but
but
it was
it was-
forever.
it was a
until, like,
stretch.
I went to college. type
Damn.
thing.
What college you go to?
Pitt.
Okay, Pitt. Word up. What'd you study?
Business
Okay,
management.
business. Okay, no, I feel that. Damn. So like, what was as far as like your brother, like what was he involved in musically?
He was a rapper
Okay.
for the most of his like young life up until high school, and then a few years ago he kind of got onto the producing side, so
Okay.
kind of making beats and stuff like that. Doesn't really do it too much anymore. He moved his family down to Florida, but I'm sure he'll get back into it one day.
Yeah. When was the last time you saw him? Like, was it like, do you keep in
Oh
contact
yeah,
with
like
him?
I'm
or,
down
like-
there all the time.
Okay, word.
All the time. That's kind of like when I was telling you.
Yeah,
guys
no,
what I go to,
no,
It's kind
facts.
of like Florida. Go down there. He's been up here a couple times. The kids. He has 3 kids.
Okay.
That just came up for the holidays and stuff. So it's not like a completely separate family or anything.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Did you make any music with him at any point?
We did. Actually, he is the one that wrote other shit.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay.
Very.
That's
interesting.
dope though. No. That's
Yeah.
dope. So
I don't think a lot of people know that actually.
yeah, no. So, and you please feel free to like give us little tidbits people may not know. Like
Okay.
we definitely all for it. But so what solidified like your resolve, like kind of like as you got older to like pursue music? Because like, and like I know like you said like you had the church as like an outlet, but like kind of like middle school, high school age, like were you still exploring that, or like was that more of something like you just kind of did? I don't know, just like as a hobby, behind closed doors type of thing. Like what situation?
I was still singing in church, and there was like another, not in church, but from church. There was another choir that I then joined, and we kind of traveled around and did that for a while. But high school, once I learned that I can make my own money, like once I can get my work permit, that's what I did. So I did do dance team and stuff like that, and I was always athletic throughout my whole life too. I did gymnastics and stuff.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but as soon as I can get a job, that's exactly what I want to do. Yeah.
Just in music or like
No,
just like
period.
okay, got
Just
you. Okay,
period. So
all
that
right.
kind of shied me away from everything that I was doing. Like I quit gymnastics.
Okay.
It took too much time, and I feel like that kind of.
Why'd you want to work so like immediately?
I don't know. I just wanted to be able to buy what I wanted to
I
buy.
feel you, yeah. Cause I mean, like when I was in high school, I was just like work was like the last thing on my mind, like you know what I
Okay.
mean. So
No, and again, my brother was older too, so seeing him how he started, he can get his own stuff, getting my bad, getting like his cars and stuff like that. It's kind of like I need to get my own money too. I
yeah,
want to buy a VCR. I want to buy this and
yeah,
stuff
like
like that.
like so like how old were you? Like 15, 16 probably like when you
Yeah,
got the permit.
yeah.
Do you remember your first job?
The Science Center actually,
Oh shit.
Carnegie Science Center. Yeah.
Damn, what did you do to the science center?
It was like a youth program, and we would go to like after school places and present.
No, that's the first time that's ever happened. That's crazy.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah. On me? Like, what's
okay,
going
yeah.
on?
Wrap it up. Thanks. Yeah, good word.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a youth program. We go to like after school programs, present the science experiments and stuff like that
Okay.
to kids and stuff like that. But the answer to your question, I feel like
Yeah.
I went all the way
No,
around.
no. You're
What
good.
solidified me to start singing? I think it was a lot of it had to do with my brother. Like he would always make this joke about like, I don't know what you're playing with. Like, why are you playing? Like,
Yeah.
you're not just going to be humming down the street and Diddy's going to be like, oh my gosh, you're amazing.
Type shit,
and
right.
then you're just going to sound like that. Like, you have to put yourself out there. So
Yeah.
eventually it was like, you're right. And I went for it.
Do you find like work life balance tough at like that age? Like you 15, 16, then like you said like just like even kind of pursuing work just push you all away from all the extracurriculars like gymnastics you had to quit that like did you find like struggle learn that early or like do you think that it even benefited you as you got older? It's like yo like I've been doing this so like working and then trying to pursue like whatever I'm trying to pursue like that's not even new to me.
I think it's the second one. Basically, it just made things easier. You catch the bus right down the hill, go to work right after school. Then when you're a senior, you have like a half day. So I was out of school at like maybe 11:45, 12 o'clock anyway, and just
Oh,
go straight
damn.
to work. And then
Okay.
from like a 12 to 5 p.m. type of thing. And then, yeah.
How long were you working at the science center?
All up until college as well. So
Okay.
maybe 3 years. I
Damn.
would say.
Okay. Word. And when you got to college, because like you said you went to Pitt, you went all 4 years.
No.
Okay. Word. So when, like, just in school, what was it like? Just like even like trying to pursue music during college. Like you have a job now, you're a student. Like I know how that is. Like. It's again like it's just like a real heavy plate just for like really anyone in like the creative space. Like you love what you do, but like you also gotta eat, you gotta take care of life pretty much, you know what I mean? So like I'm sure like that intensified like as you got to college.
Yes, but to be honest now, thinking about it, I didn't really start music until like as an artist
Yeah,
until
like
like
after.
2011 ish.
Okay.
I want to say it's like my very first show was in 2011. So all up until that time, I was singing, but it wasn't a performing and a gigging and having to balance that work life. It
Gotcha.
kind of was like a hobby, but I knew that's actually what I wanted to do.
Okay.
So I was writing music,
Gotcha.
but I didn't pursue it until like well after college.
Where would you sing before that even became a factor? Just like how would you get that outlet off?
Karaoke's, I guess.
I feel it though. Yeah, nah. Facts.
Open mics. I was
Yeah.
in talent shows and stuff like that. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I feel that. Nah, definitely. I mean, because I know how that goes. Like especially in college. Like it's just I've definitely like seen some people and the school life or whatever. Like it just kind of sucks all the the energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like, even it could be from parents, it could be internal, you know what I mean? But like I definitely know like how that duality is. So like
Yeah.
so what would you like who would you say inspires your sound? I feel like it's a long list here because like I was listening to like some of your stuff and it's just like it's a lot of factors of different eras of people, like generations of people. So like yeah, like who would you say?
I would actually, can I turn that question back to
Yeah,
you?
yeah, facts.
Just based off of what you heard, what would you say are my influences?
Right. So I am the first like kind of song I heard was IDNY,
Okay.
and then I listened to Layers, but when I first heard IDNY, it was just that kind of mixtape era Carrie Hilson type of sound.
Okay.
Again, this is just me because
No,
like
I
bro,
love
like
it. I
I'm
love
not,
it.
you know what I mean? So like that's just like kind of what it encapsulated to me, but like at the same time it didn't sound too dated.
Okay.
Like, cause like I mean, like I think what was that like 2017 you dropped or like
Layers.
No, not Layers. IDNY. It's like
19.
Okay.
20?
Yeah.
19 or
2019.
20?
I think it might
Yeah.
have been 19. Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah. So, but like it didn't sound like too dated. Like y'all made it in 2011, like decided to drop in 2019. Like it sounded like
Okay.
y'all made it in 2019, but like y'all kind of like honed in on that like essence of like I mean, like that like kind of mixtape era sound. So
Okay.
like that's like the impression I got.
Okay. Okay. I would say, man, it is a long list of like singers. I feel like, and every artist to me, you kind of like pick what you like about
Facts.
this person, and then you kind of implement that. So, in times, if we're going to like talk vocally, you can say like, "Oh, that was a Brandy one right there."
Yeah,
wow,
definitely
there's a-
some Brandy. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Some Whitney Houston,
Yeah.
and all of that. So it's a long list, even up to like the newer R&B, and not even necessarily R&B. I can Carrie Underwood or something
Yeah,
like that.
right. Yeah,
You
facts.
know what I mean? So yeah.
So just like pretty much people that are just good performers, just like make good music. You're just gonna pull from type of thing.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, no, I feel that. What were some of your first professional performances like? Because I know. Yeah, no, I mean like yeah, what were they like? Yeah, like I know like that was like kind of like because like you started late. Well, like not late, quote unquote, but like you just like started like really taking it seriously, like kind of like after like you left college, right? So like, what were some of like the first performances like for real? Like, did you seek them out? Did someone like hey, you should slide to this open mic? Like,
Excuse me. I would say a mixture of both as well. But
I feel
what
that.
were they like? The first thing that I can think of was at Club Cafe, and that was the very first time that I actually sang an original song. And I don't even want to see that video. Somebody has to have it somewhere. I don't even want to see that.
Yeah.
But very nervous. I used to get nervous about being too nervous, and my voice was shaky and all of that. So it did take some time to like hone in on who I actually am. Next one I could think of, like the first few I think was then Hard Rock Cafe. That was really good. Did a couple covers, like I sang like Ribbon in the Sky and stuff like that.
Okay.
But a lot of it came from like the karaoke's and the talent shows and stuff like that, and it kind of just branched over. Like, oh, there's this program that's looking to develop artists, and then I joined that.
What was the program? Do you remember?
I think it was called Headliners. Headliners, I want to say. And yeah, there was a couple different artists that I even still am in touch with to this day from that program.
That's dope.
Yeah, but it was like artist development, and then they presented us basically at this like showcase type of thing.
How'd you get over your nerves? Would you say?
I don't know. I guess that's just after you finally get some experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I still get hella nervous though.
For real?
For real, I feel like if you don't get nervous, there's a problem. For me, I'm not saying
yeah.
any other artist, but if I'm not nervous, it's kind of like, what's going on? Why are you so calm about this
Yeah.
situation? Because I mean, I'm sensitive about my shit. For real. So that's what comes with it.
I feel you. And what was the song that you sang again at that first joint? Ribbon in the Sky, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like you don't feel like it went well?
Well, that particular show, yeah, I think that it went well.
Yeah, because like you were like saying like I don't want to see that
I
that
can just, I mean,
performance again.
again, you kind of like critique and you're your worst
Type
critic
shit,
type
right,
shit.
yeah.
So it's like, just the performance. I can only imagine just not having the full stage presence and stuff that I would
Yeah,
do
type shit,
now,
yeah.
like how I was holding the mic and just all of that. I was a rookie in the game, so it was like, I know it'd probably be painful,
Type shit.
cringe-worthy to watch.
What do you? Nah, man. I mean, but like, I doubt that because like I feel like if we looked back, you could probably see just even sparks of like what you putting out now, like back then. You know what I mean?
That's
so it's
true.
like so like I mean like I feel like if you even visited back, some people would be like, okay, like I could even see where she was going back then, type shit. You feel me?
True.
Yeah.
I can see that too. Yeah.
What would you say like because like I mean like it sounds like you like your brother definitely like left a impact on you. You know what I mean? Just like as far as like musically, even like pushing you to like start. What was like another thing that just kind of like left an imprint on you, just like through him?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, like what was something that like your brother imprinted on you, just like just like as far as your life and just even your career as you're pursuing it now.
An imprint that he left
Yeah,
outside
yeah.
of just actually putting myself out
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Doing
Instead
it.
of like, cause like it's just, did he like kind of like influence the way you make music, like just like the way that you approach certain things, like, or was that just all just internal?
I feel like he definitely had made an impact. I mean, that's a great question because I really don't have like a direct answer for that. Aside from music, I would just say kind of who I am in general, like having an older brother, then his friends are my brothers as
Yeah.
well. So you're not a dummy. You're not
Yeah.
one of them dumb bimbo chicks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I can tell you're sharp. I can tell.
So I think that for sure. So even just going into business and being able to handle my own, that might be the answer to the question.
I
Yeah.
feel that. Do you still work in business now, or like do you?
Yeah, I
do
work.
music full time. Okay.
Banking.
No, not for banking.
Yeah.
Dog, like
Man.
that job is mad tedious outside of that. Like, and like just even moving like into your career now, like again, because like we talk about that work life balance for sure, right? But like I'm sure the dynamic has changed like as you've gotten older, or just like just been in the workforce for like however long, and like it's just what is. I don't know, something like you could probably say to, fellow creatives or just like kind of people in that same space as far as like avoiding burnout, avoiding like, just, I guess discouragement is the word. Cause like, like your day job can definitely bog you down. It's just bullshit. I'm not even supposed to be here. Like, why the fuck am I listening? You know what I mean? To you white people on most occasions, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to always be that, you know what I mean? But it's just, that's just, just kind of what it is. Like, so like how do you
Hell
just
yeah.
kind of navigate that mentality, just kind of, keep your head above water and like not let that shit bog you down?
I'm
It's a
probably
lot
in a
to it,
very, I'm in the worst position right now of how I feel to ask me that question. I don't have like the answer to say, you out there, keep it going. And
Well, and yeah,
stay.
no,
I'm
it's not even looking for answers. Just like, say how you feel about it. Like,
yeah, I even had just one of the moments this morning, like, why the fuck? Why am I here?
yeah.
I don't care.
Facts.
You know
Real
what I mean?
shit.
Like you pushing numbers and numbers and numbers at me. It's like, I have to plan like my exit plan. Like there's times where I should just be like, F this, I'm out.
Facts.
And just pursue my dreams. Usually those are the stories that you hear. It's like, oh, I moved to LA with $700 and now look at me type
Facts.
thing. It's like you kind of have to take that leap and take that jump if it really means something to you.
Yeah.
So I'm really I'm getting closer to that edge point of
holding that
like,
line.
yeah, something got to give.
Nah, I feel you.
Yeah.
That shit just like I don't know, man, because it's tough. I moved out here like 2 years ago. Had to make things shake. Find a job and all that stuff. And he works as well. Like we both have our 9 to 5. So it's just
Yeah.
like I know how it is when like you're maybe even just like coming off like a dope performance. You know what I mean? Just like, and then you walk into work on Monday,
Man.
like, hey, could you please, what I mean? It's just like, Jesus
Swear.
Christ, bro.
Seriously.
Like I know how that shit is.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like it's almost abusive.
Dog, yeah, not for
Like, it's
real though.
like-
That's the ultimate gaslighting. Niggas want to talk about gaslighting, like that's
Man,
gaslighting
it
though.
really
like,
is. It
like
really
you talking to
is.
me like I ain't just like rock a house
Right.
on Saturday. Like, what's going on? Like
Right.
for real.
Yeah,
that shit is
swear.
crazy.
Then if you don't again, just had these conversations of like just the idea of working and the fact that somebody else can
Yeah.
tell me when I take my vacation.
Crazy.
That is crazy. To me.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? Like,
because
we're
you're looking at them like
adults.
I'm a grown ass woman. Like, what are you telling me? Like, I
Right.
can't leave. Like, what you talking about?
I'm
like,
telling you, I swear, that's exactly how I feel. Like, who am I to
I
tell
be
you,
feeling
like, you
that,
can't
yeah.
go on vacation?
Right.
Or you can't have this day off. And I will say that I'm grateful because my job is pretty flexible.
Sure, yeah,
So
yeah.
it's never been like no, but it might have been a time where like I needed a Monday and other people have already called off in the office, so we need coverage. So like you can't take that Monday, and it's kind of like damn. I have a show on Saturday. Just wanted to kind of have like that full 3-day weekend.
Facts, right?
And it's like you can't do stuff like that. So yeah, it's definitely it's that time.
Nah, for
It's
sure.
that time.
How I mean, no one can ever really tell, but like I don't know, like how long you think you are gonna allow yourself to be in this space? Like how much longer before you just be like, yo, fuck it, like.
I don't know.
I
I'm not
know,
sure.
yeah, I know.
I'm not sure. Like to me, I can't go into. I don't see this going past June. To be honest with you,
Just like that particular job, or just like overall.
overall, like banking.
Yeah,
Like
facts.
I'm tired of the
Banking is
financial.
like that's a crazy industry. Like that's just like a
It
high
is.
frequency, just like numbers constantly. Like
And it's like you could work your ass off and be like the greatest banker of them all, but if your numbers aren't there, if not enough people bought credit cards, it looks like you ain't doing shit.
Jesus
You know what I'm saying?
Christ,
So it's
yeah.
like I'm really based off of numbers and not my actual performance and who I am and what I bring to the bank.
I feel you.
So it's kind of like, yeah, and it's funny because you really just get stuck into it. It's not like I was
know,
like,
and-
I want to do banking.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
you get a
exactly.
job
and
you
like,
just keep
damn,
moving.
My
And
car note is $300.
swear.
You know what I
Swear.
mean? Like I need mad groceries, like shit. Like it's just life, man. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you can't make what you want to make if you're hungry.
Right.
You know what I mean? Steven Strauss said that. Like I love that fucking quote.
I
Like,
do love that.
It's true. Like you can't even be in like the headspace to make the shit like you want to make or even focus on singing if like bills piling up, can't pay your rent, you owe this bill, you owe that. Like it's just like what the fuck going on, man. So like I definitely feel that.
And to be honest with you, that's where layers originated. I was at a bank, and they did like a lot of structural reconstructing of everything. You know, that's when the layoffs or pulled out, and I was laid off in 2016. And then it was like, well, I have time. I could actually focus, and I feel like that was one of the greatest time periods of like being off work. I did get a wonderful severance package, by the way.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just like I'm over here trying to just make ends meet. So severance package, and then you probably even did unemployment for a couple months or something. But I was able to like completely focus, and that's where I was able to drop layers.
Nah,
in
and
2017.
Fire. And
yeah, thank
again,
you.
I love that project, bro.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna touch on it on
Okay.
it later. You know what I mean? We're gonna dive in like, just how that came about, right? I do want your opinion though on just like the music industry in Pittsburgh as it is now. What are your thoughts on, where it is, where it's going, how it's been up to this point, what I mean, for you specifically, or just like, at a like, a bigger scale, you know what I mean?
I think it's actually moving for the first time in a very long time.
Yeah, I agree.
The music community, I would say, in Pittsburgh is very strong if you're in the right circles, I would say.
Would you say even genre? Like if you in the right genre, it could be it could differentiate you. Like
That's true. That's true. Because to be honest, I don't know a lot. I mean, I know some rappers, but I don't know a lot of rappers. And
Yeah.
it depends on like what side of the fence you're on.
facts.
There's like the philosophical rappers, and that they have like their own underground kind of industry.
I
but
bumped
then
into
you
those
have-
niggas, bro, for sure. I remember we was at one show. Nigga ran through both of his projects. They were both 12 tracks, and then I think
wow.
you threw the deluxe in.
Wow.
That nigga
Whoa.
was just, because like we all love like the lyrical, you know what I mean, to like some degree, but it's like
To some degree.
If you at a show, it's
Yeah.
like we could maybe do one joint. Nigga ran through 12,
Wow.
12 monologues. I'm like, oh shit, like that shit
And that
is
was
crazy.
here in Pittsburgh?
Yeah. That was in Pittsburgh.
I'm curious to know who that was.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel
off
there's like
camera, I
a
got
couple
you.
names that I can think of already off top. Like, it
If
gotta
I-
be
yeah,
him.
no,
Yeah.
we we can definitely discuss that. But nah, yeah, like what are your thoughts on that?
Like again, so I definitely think that it's moving and opportunities are becoming more available, especially for Black female artists, R&B. A lot of these venues are not looking for that,
Yeah.
but it seems like it's opening up. Again, shout out to Inez and Black November and Clara even for that platform, because I've definitely been blessed with some opportunities, even just from them trying to
sure.
open up, and that's
Yeah.
what their main goal is, to do that
No,
for Black
definitely
femmes
shout
in
out
the
to Clara
industry.
Kent for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
definitely doing her thing.
So it's moving. It's
Yeah.
definitely moving.
What you think like the big shift was, and then like what do you think maybe like an issue was like prior to that shift? Like,
Great question. I'm not sure what the shift was. I think it just eventually people got tired. Like, I want to, like, I'm an artist and I'm dope and I know that I am. Not me. I'm just saying, just
No,
period.
facts,
Like,
right.
it had to, that shift just has to eventually be like, I want to perform here, and this is the draw or the pool that I can bring in at the door. Like, you gotta just have to take a chance. And I think it, shout out to some of the venues that did provide those opportunities, because now then when you see that you did this venue, that venue's gonna be like, oh, hey, Simone, why don't you come over here?
Facts.
Which you wasn't checking for me like 3 years ago,
Yeah.
type of thing. So I think that's the shift, is like owners, you being affiliated and the people that you know, artists kind of saying like, I'm not going to stand for this, and just that. That's the best that I
Yeah.
can answer that question, because I'm not sure where the shift is. But it just
it just kind of feels like like people are making an effort to push it forward type of thing, and
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. And what was the second question?
I mean, like, no, I didn't even know if I, asked the second
Okay.
question. But,
I
but,
thought
but
it
like,
was
I
like
actually
two
do.
parts.
Do you want more Jameson? Are you good on that? Because I'm definitely.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay. You sure? Yeah.
Let's do it.
We'll just grab some Jameson. But nah. Speak on your, because like we're definitely just talking about her. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. We're just talking about speak on your relationship with Clara Kent. How did y'all first meet, link up, and how was she impacted you, or just vice versa, like what y'all think y'all imprinted on each other just like through working together.
I can't even think of where I met Clara. I really can't even think of where like I officially met her. I think we might
Y'all
have.
just remember having y'all were just lit the moment
Yeah.
y'all linked, like it was
I'm gonna
up.
have to ask her.
Yeah,
I really
yeah.
don't know where we met.
Thank you, bro.
But the whole like I don't need you song, that definitely was
This is mine,
through.
this is- Okay, got it.
Okay, thank you. But the I need you record, that was through Inez.
Okay, right, yeah.
But I think that might be where the connection is, or we
Okay.
might have had some shows. I mean, it's, with music, it's like you might have met somebody like, oh hey,
Facts.
good to see you, and then you don't even remember the first actual meeting. I'm
Yeah.
not really sure where.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it seems like y'all, and just like even all three of y'all, you, Inez, and Clara, like y'all have like known each other, like even worked together, like pretty close. So like how did that relationship like come about between even like the three of y'all?
Well, I know Dan. So yeah, it's weird calling her Inez.
Yeah.
Inez, I know her from years ago. Actually, when I first started kind of recording and taking stuff seriously. So I'll probably say back in 2011 is when I
Okay.
met Danny.
Okay.
And ever since then, just kind of always connected to some level. And I would say just within the last few years, her in her position, me in my position of what I'm doing in music, it was kind of like it only makes sense. What we've been doing. Like let's link, let's make some music together, type of
shit,
thing.
yeah.
And then, like I said, I think that's when Claire kind of came in on the not on the tail end, but I'm just saying after knowing Danny for so
facts.
long, or Inez, then yeah, I kind of feel like she brought. Because
Type
they were working very close
Yeah, 'cause,
together.
like-
And again, they have that Black November together.
Yeah. Because like I mean, like I was even gonna say like it sounds like y'all were just kind of working individually, just like around the same time, and then it just kind of like linked up into like that, like that whole thing with the three of y'all.
For sure.
Yeah, no. Just even with Inez, like, did y'all start making music not immediately, but like so like y'all met each other like back in 2011. First, project I'm seeing of Inez, and like like the first song I'm seeing with her, and you, is that 2019 project on Inez's album. So like, if that is the case, like, why do you think it took so long for like like y'all to get on a track together?
Great question. I would love to hear what she would have to say about
Yeah.
that. But interesting enough, back when, and it was your mom's house, the recording studio that was
Yeah.
on top of Shadow Lounge.
Okay.
That's where I was actually recording. With shout out to Frenchie.
Wow, the Shadowland. I mean, like that's a legendary venue. Like I hear, like that shit was crazy.
Yeah. And she was in the studio then. And she actually produced a track and gave it to me back then. Wow, that's in the vault somewhere. I gotta like go find that.
That's probably a smoker
so
too.
we were even just trying to work together at that point in time. Maybe a couple beats she might have gave me back then, but I believe then she went to school and stuff like that, and I was still here, just kind of doing my thing. So it just the worlds realigned, but we never stayed out of touch. It was never a
Yeah.
thing. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay. Nah, dope. And then like I definitely, cause this was one of the first tracks I heard. Again, IDNY. Y'all go check that out. That's on Inez's album. It's called
Voicemails and Conversations.
Voicemails and Conversations. Definitely go check that entire project out. Dope. IDNY got Inez, Clara, and Simone on that. That shit is crazy. But just talk about that session, how that song came about, like what was going on, the energy, like yeah.
The crazy thing is, we recorded everything in Inez's room.
Oh wow.
So it wasn't like this,
That bro, and like that be where some of the best shit ever
Yes.
gets. It be like in a closet, like, and this is like, damn, that shit was like 808s of heartbreak. Like,
yeah,
that shit is
yeah.
crazy.
Like her whole setup, like is official in her
That's
room.
fire.
And we did it separately. You know what I mean? So
Okay, so like y'all did your verses separately.
Yeah,
Okay.
she did her verse. Then I came through, did my verse, and then eventually Clara recorded and did her verse as well. So it wasn't like a full. We all sat together or
I
recorded
got you.
together.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, like that's pretty much on par for like the way music is made. Like nowadays. Like, did she initially make the song with all y'all in mind, or like was you just like, yo, like I could add a verse here. Like let me call Simone up. It's like I want another verse. Like let me call Clara up. Like was that kind of how it went
I would
down?
say I think it was Inez. This was a song, and it was like, this is the song that I want you on. Send me the
you,
track.
okay.
It's kind of like it, love it. Let's do it. And then I feel like eventually it was like, oh, but Claire though, you know what I'm saying? And she came through and just spit her fire on it as
Spit her
well.
shit and
yeah.
it was lit. Damn, that's a crazy link up though. Like just on the track, like
Yeah, for sure.
y'all were giving it up. But how would you describe or go into your creative process if there is like any, like I'm sure there's a process, but like what, because some people like they're very ritualistic about shit, like I gotta wear my my green shoes and you know what I mean, like I gotta do that before I record. But like, is it that way for you, or do you just kind of like tap into the energy when you're asked upon, or just like when you're feeling it and just kind of go?
You know what? To be honest with you, I was thinking about that a little earlier today. I think I am really in like a under construction recreating even myself and what music means to me and my creative process. Normally, it's kind of like I'll usually already have like a couple verses already written down. Like, there's those, I still write my stuff down in a notepad.
Facts.
And I might have a verse here, might have a hook there, or in my phone. I just have like sayings that I might have heard or just thought of, like that should be a song. So kind of start with those. But the creative process, I think it really all depends. It really all depends. Sometimes there's a beat that you hear, it's kind of like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Like, then you go into mode like that. So it really all depends. Yeah.
What was and like I feel that, but like it's like it really just sounds like I mean it really just something like you tap into when it's there.
Right.
You can't even really call upon it, but like when it's there, it's like, okay, like let me pull from that joint.
I mean, you could tap into it. Like if I need to go in mode right now, it's
Facts,
like
right.
write something real quick. It's kind of like, all right, and I can get those juices flowing.
Type shit, right.
But generally, it is kind of like when it's there, it's kind of like I feel like writing. Okay, when I need to be on, then I could be on. But I don't like anything forced.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I try not to do that, which is kind of hard again with that work-life balance. You find yourself like, I need to write something today. Like I need to do music. Sit down at the studio. It's kind of like, all right, write. And sometimes that just does not work out because you're forcing it. Like nothing's happening. But because you work and because life hits you or whatever, it's like you find yourself like, damn, I didn't write a whole song in like 4 months. What am I doing? Type of thing. So, yeah.
What were some of like I guess the hurdles or like kind of like the barriers into because like like you said like recently like it's like a an up and coming way for black women as artists like as far as performance like I definitely agree you know what I mean because like I can definitely see it
Yeah.
but like what was just like some of like the processes when you were trying to get gigs regularly in the city like what was that like for you?
Um, what was it like for me trying to get gigs in the city?
Yeah, like did you find it difficult like just dealing with some promoters, quote unquote, for like like or better, or just like whoever's like the head of the venue. You know what I mean? Like, did you find it like maybe some people were getting opportunities over you when you knew that you would be a better fit for that, or like was it just like kind of like I don't know, like maybe just like a lack of letting you know about opportunities? Like did you feel like you were outside of a certain circle that like you're like, damn, like why am I not tapped into like, why can't I, get a gig here or there? Or like,
Great question. I feel like I've always, once I was in, like I feel like I've been in the circle.
Facts, right.
You know
It's
what I
really
mean?
all just about penetrating the circle
Yeah.
for real. Like,
So I feel like I've been in the circle and I can make the necessary calls. Like, how did you get that gig? I do remember feeling like that though. Like,
yeah.
this person is like gigging everywhere. Like, do you have a booking agent?
Yeah,
Like,
word.
what are you doing here? Like, I feel like I'm doing the same type of stuff for the same amount of work. I have my band, whatever the case may be. But no, eventually, I feel like it really is within any type of business though. It's
Yeah,
like who you
facts.
know. So
Exactly.
the whole networking.
That's
networking
really
is-
95% of it.
Exactly.
And then the other 5 is can you do the job?
Exactly.
Like, for real.
And do it well.
Exactly. Right.
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So I didn't find it difficult, but I do realize once again it's the networking, and you do have to put yourself out there. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, especially nowadays with like social media, that's
Yeah.
not really my strong point. Like,
I feel it though. Like it's just some people it's just not.
yeah,
Them. Like I was even gonna ask like how do you feel about quote unquote networking? Like I even hate that word. Like I
Yeah.
don't like to talk to niggas I don't want to talk to.
yeah, yeah.
And I know you the same way. It's just like
Yeah.
I don't like 90% of you niggas. Like I'm not trying to network with nothing y'all
Right.
got going on. But
Well, to me, I don't look at it like, okay, I'm trying to get something, because
Right,
like
yeah.
the natural art of networking is like, okay, how can you help me help you help me type of thing. It just depends. So it's
Yeah.
like if you're in the right spaces, it doesn't feel like a work.
I agree,
Or it
yeah.
doesn't feel like, oh, I don't feel like talking to these people. It's just like you bouncing ideas. It's kind of like, oh, sure, then let's link up. I know
Yep.
this one person. Boom, boom, boom. You feel form that
That's
relationship.
how it should be.
And then it just builds.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's not hard once you're in the right space and if
Mm-hmm.
you have the right mentality. And I feel like maybe for a long time I just had this standoffish type of vibe, not vibe with me, but
Yeah.
like I didn't put myself in those rooms and in the position and stuff like that. So, and again, the social media thing, that's a big thing.
I feel you.
And I know I have to get better at it.
Yeah.
Like
It's
I
no,
hate
no,
the
it's all right.
idea of like I need content. I haven't posted in
You shouldn't
4
even
days.
crave from
Like
that
I
space.
hate that.
You just literally just like and like that's the thing. You could show yourself fucking making eggs in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Dead ass though. But like if you're just being yourself, just be like, hey Simone, like, hey, I'm Simone, I'm making eggs. Like, don't obviously approach it like that, you know what I mean? But just be like, just be on some regular shit, just like, be yourself.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm getting ready to do this, you know what I mean? Don't, you know what I mean? Just like, and like, if you just kind of approach it from that standpoint, it'll be like a whole lot easier than feel like, yo, what song can I plug in to make this real look? You know what I mean? It's just, once you get that, I mean, like, he even tells me all the time, because like, he had me make this TikTok account, and
I
he
just finally downloaded
Dog.
TikTok.
That's cool. Literally,
Like,
you can make
3 weeks ago.
You can just find out about 3 weeks ago, make one TikTok, and fucking
That's
have
true.
50,000 followers tomorrow.
That is
It don't
true.
matter when you find out about it. Like it's just what do you do when you find out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean. So, but it's just like nah. Like I feel like if you just kind of step back and not overthink it as much, like
Yeah.
like that's just like a dope place to start type shit. You know what I mean. But
Yeah.
you'll be on that shit. How did Pittsburgh's Very Young come about?
How did that come about? I honestly want to say, because they were always looking for artists. I want to say Inez. That was one of those things where
Shout out
she
to
was.
Inez, man. Damn, yeah.
Yeah, she for real. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I want to say that it was one of those, like, they asked her to do it, and then they were like, do you know about any other artists,
Type
you know,
shit,
any
right.
other R&B artists, or, you know, somebody that would fit the show? And she was like, hands down, Simone. Like, who, what the hell? Put her on the bill,
That's a
damn it,
fact.
type shit. So, yeah, I want to say that situation, that was plugged by Inez. And I'll always give credit where credit's due.
Nah,
You know what I'm
facts,
saying?
facts.
So,
Now she sound like definitely like a early architect with like, you know, which is like the whole scene. It's like, you know, kind of plugging people here and there, and that's dope. Cause like it was you, obviously Inez, and then Sierra was in there too. Sierra Sellers, right?
yes.
And then was there anyone else? Was it just y'all all three?
Oh my gosh, don't be mad at me. Why am I forgetting your name right now? Rhodes. Is it Leela? Layla? Leela?
Maybe.
Leila?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Nah,
Why
yeah.
am I drawing a blank?
We're on Jameson right now. Please forgive us. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Blame it on the Jameson.
Yeah, right.
But no, but she's dope though, and she plays guitar and all of that. So
Okay.
yeah, that was definitely a dope.
How was
vibe.
the actual show? Like, I mean, like, what was it like, you know, leading up to it? Like, you know, actually performing? Like, and where'd y'all perform? Was it Stage AE?
No, that was Mr. Smalls.
Got you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My
Yeah.
fault, Mr. Smalls. But
Mr. Smalls. That whole experience was really dope because again, you don't really see those types of shows in Pittsburgh.
okay, yeah.
All black, female, talented as hell
Facts.
in all of our own ways. Putting on a showcase at Mr. Smalls on the main stage type thing. So that was really important. And so there was a couple interviews, like City Paper featured us. We actually all got together and walked the whole like South Side and Carson Street, just handing out flyers.
I
and putting
peeped
it
that.
out,
Yeah,
like-
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah. Facts.
It was a really like dope ladies' night, feminine power, girls
Yeah,
of the
right.
world, like type of movement.
Yeah,
so
right.
it was really dope. The show itself, even just the breakdown of the order and the way that it flowed, because it wasn't no one was a headliner
Facts.
technically. So it was just like the flow of everything, and everybody's style is so different.
Yeah, it was almost like y'all had your individual show just like under that umbrella. for real.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
hard.
Yeah. It was really dope.
Yeah.
Really dope.
How was it performing at Mr. Smalls? Because like I haven't been to like Mr. Smalls like the main theater, but like I went to the Fun House.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like shout out to Nate, man. Like I saw him and his family perform. That was dope, man.
Really?
Yeah, dog, that shit was dope. So, but like I haven't been to like the actual Mr. Smalls
Yeah.
theater. So like, is it? I'm sure like it's bigger than the Fun House.
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's huge. It's like standing room only type of
Oh
thing.
wow, okay.
It's really dope. And even just recently, for the Sisters of the City that we performed, another all female situation, and they even have like the upstairs, and well, this is more so on the artist side. Like
Yeah,
they
right.
open the upstairs, so like they own all of that. So the dressing rooms and the green rooms and all of that, like it's definitely dope.
That's fire. Nah,
Yeah.
I definitely gotta check it out. Like, is that like one like your favorite quote unquote like, or like is that like a venue that like you like in the city?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta love Mr. Smalls and Thunderbird.
Thunder. Okay. Yeah. 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 I've heard of Thunderbird. I haven't been there.
Oh, you gotta go.
Yeah, I know.
And
Where's it
you
at?
gotta come on Saturday.
Shit. Yeah. Okay.
Tickets are selling out. VIP and
What
all
time?
that. 7.
Okay. I got off work at 5, but now we could definitely make that. You know.
You should.
Yeah. Not make that swing. So yeah, and then also you know another dope event. Before I even get to that, what are some of your favorite venues to perform in the city? You got Smalls, Thunderbird.
Smalls, Thunderbird. The Roxanne would be nice. I've never performed at Stage AE, but that would also be
That'd
nice.
be fire. Yeah, I think Stage AE is just like it's a good venue because you get that kind of like concert quote unquote stadium almost feel, but
Yeah.
like it's like small scale like enough where you could like pack that shit out and just rock it. You know what I mean? And like it
Yeah.
feel like a fucking like you're performing at like MSG damn near. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
nah, I fuck with it for sure.
That would be dope. But places that I like, again, that kind of goes back to that conversation. Like, there's not really a lot of
Venues to
venues
Yeah.
that are doing shows. Yeah, you can book your own show, after you seek out this thing, but there's not a lot of performance venues, to my knowledge, you know what I'm saying, for us,
okay, yeah.
if you will. So, Hard Rock, that was fine, but that was
Sure.
again, that was a couple years ago, so it could be a completely different experience, new or bad or good at this point. I don't know. I feel like I'm drawing a blank. Like I did Soldiers and Sailors. That was good. The sound was definitely awesome there, and that's another thing. We could even go into that conversation
Yeah.
where, you like performing at venues. Like the venue could be great, but their sound guy or just the sound quality is trash.
Yeah.
Like they're for rock bands or country bands and stuff like that, but they don't understand like us artists or us singers. Like we need to be able to hear ourselves. And
Wouldn't like what like and like obviously you don't gotta name no names as far as like the venue go, but like what's like one instance of that you can remember?
that happens all too often.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
just from like an artist
there's
standpoint,
just,
like
my mind just flooded with places of, like, of when like I was performing, and
Yeah.
it's like you really don't take this sound seriously. Like you don't get like a full involved sound check a lot of times. Again, there's great ones.
Sure,
There's
yeah,
great.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to speak negatively
For
and
sure.
be negative Nancy all crazy, but yeah, just on the negative side of it, it's like yeah, there a lot of venues don't really cater to. Um, I think that they should pay attention more and invest in the sound more than they have.
you think that it could again just be like a genre thing, like if they hear I'm not trying to throw no titles on nobody or like just like even throw mindsets on no one, right? But like if they maybe hear like a rapper, like an R&B artist is coming versus maybe just like I don't know, like a band setup or like maybe like you know just any genre outside of those, like they maybe put a little more effort into like making sure everything you know what I mean. But then if they hear all right, R&B, okay, just give her the fucking like,
Yeah.
just like whatever.
Possibly.
Yeah, I
Possibly.
don't know. Again, I'm not like this is just a conversation. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to throw nothing on nobody, but
Same.
like, yeah, you know what I mean. But
Same.
like, I feel like there's an element of that, like, just not even in Pittsburgh, just like kind of like at a larger scale of like, okay, like the R&B or rappers come, okay, just give him one of our backup mics and let him do his thing.
I like how you did the voice.
Yeah,
But yeah, especially it's like if you're a tech guy, but you don't really appreciate that genre of music, you kind of don't even know how to mix it right.
Yep.
So you'll just be on the technical by the book side. You were hired, and you can put the specs in and do all of that. But like as far as the quality of the sound, you don't know that this 808 that's going up and down, like you should push that a little bit more. It needs to be a little bit more of a bop and like keep some of the lows in there and have shit rumble a little bit more than a rock song would, or you know what I'm saying, whatever. So I do feel that too. Like if there's a tech guy that is like a R&B hit, do you know what that sound would sound like? So yeah, if you're not in that music or if you don't understand that music,
a
you
fact.
can't really mix it the way
a
that it
fact.
needs to. You could just do the tech, what you're told to do, and that's just what it is. But that also says, as far as the sound guide, like there are some dope ass sound guys
for
that
sure.
probably
Yeah.
don't
No,
even
for sure.
don't even really mess with R&B, but the fact that they know what they're doing so well and they take direction, like I need this, I need that, I need it wet in the house or whatever the case is, kind of like, yeah, there's some dope tech guys for
That's
sure.
real shit. No, like and just like
They don't get enough credit.
they don't.
I was just at In Stuff Music, shout out to Ben out there, but he basically kind of gave me like a whole breakdown, because I'm like, as an artist, I feel embarrassed that I don't know enough on the tech side. Like, we should know that. But no, a lot of times you just come up and sing, the mic or whatever. You know things to ask for that you need. But do you really know what goes into asking those things? So that's kind of what I'm focusing on this year as well.
Okay, and like that was, I mean, it's even funny you said that because like I was even gonna say like, are you self-taught music-wise? Like did you just pretty much like learn everything on your own as far as like what you know up to this point?
Yes.
Wow. So I mean, and even you said that like you could. There's some room for growth as far as like the technical side of things. So like when you're
There's so much to it.
Dog, and it's just like even being in the studio with him, bro. I'm just like I'd be looking at like here working with the producer, and I'm just like this shit is hieroglyphic, like dead ass. Like this shit is like what the fuck's going on, but obviously like it's a different language. You know what I mean? And it's like they just know the language pretty intricately,
Right?
And it's just like let them do whatever. As soon as I hit that space bar, you're like, okay.
Right.
Yeah, let me chill out. Yeah, they know what they
Right.
know what they doing. You know what I mean? So it's like just even in that process, like, are you like heavily involved in just like the making of the beats, or like do you just like kind of like lay vocals down and like leave the technical side to someone else, or like how involved you in that aspect?
I think it depends on who I'm working with.
Fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense.
To determine how involved I am. There's
Yeah.
some people where it's kind of like I just sing and let you handle it. But then when I think about it, like I will be involved as needed.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? So like sometimes I don't need to do anything because they know exactly what it is that I need. If I say like give you an idea and paint a picture for you, it's kind of like there's really no other direction that I need to give you. You know what I'm saying? But then there's other times where it's kind of like, can I get a little bit more like reverb on that? Can I get, so I am like involved, not so much the beat process, but if we're cooking from scratch, it's kind of like, yeah, I hear a violin in that. I hear, some strings or some horns in the background or whatever. I can't. I mean, I have in the past, like, actually made some beats, got up to the keyboard and, like, you know what I'm saying, did that. But, yeah.
Do you know how to play any instruments?
I tinker on guitar a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Self-taught?
No. Shout out to my guy Spence. He was my, what word am I looking for?
Just like mentor,
Like
just,
teacher,
teacher,
basically.
yeah, facts.
Yeah, so we did that for a little bit. So I tinker on it, but no, definitely not
Okay.
self-taught.
No, I feel you. Definitely, like, so we're gonna touch on the definitely speak on layers, because like you said, it was made at a point in your life when you had that time and like like that freedom. Yeah, definitely speak on it and just like what the mentality was, going into that, and just what you wanted to get out of dropping that project, because boom, first track I heard front line. It's like a hard boom, like it's a strong intro. You know what I mean? I love the bro. Like I saved the album on my SoundCloud, and then also, why are you only dropping on SoundCloud? Like why don't you drop it on Spotify?
It's everywhere.
Nah, cause like I looked up your joint on Spotify, it wasn't there.
Did you? Where'd you find
It was recorded. Yeah.
that? No, it's everywhere.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Maybe I have to do a double check. Cause like when I searched on Spotify, it was.
Probably, did you say Simone Davis?
Yeah.
Okay, Simone
Yeah.
Layers.
Okay. Got you. All right.
Yeah, that was my bad too, because there was a couple people that couldn't find me at first on Spotify, but iTunes.
Yeah.
Wow.
No. You should.
Yeah, a couple people couldn't find me on that,
Okay.
but for Spotify itself, I think you have to search it Simone Layers.
Yeah, facts.
And then it'll come up.
Okay,
But Simone Davis, I think it just throws it all the way off,
Copy,
even though that's
alright.
what I go by. Yeah.
Got you. Okay. But no, yeah, definitely speak on like just like the energy behind Layers, the mentality, like
Yeah.
what you wanted to get out of just like that product as a whole.
Man, Layers number one, it was basically kind of like layers to me, layers to love, layers to life. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just a lot going on. I was in a relationship at the time, but we were kind of going through some stuff. Again, being laid off.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of the songs were songs that I've written and had for years, but they just never found a home as far as beat wise or whatever. And then was able to kind of like perfect it and get everything together. But to me, Layers, I just wanted it to be like an easy listening vibe. Like
what
for
even
it to-
like inspired like the sound behind Front Line? Because again, it's just like a boom, I'm here. You gonna get this, like.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, that's exactly what it was. But even the meaning of the song is like I'm on the front line for love. You know what I'm saying? So I'm finally here. Like I'm here. I'm ready to fight. We gonna get through this. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it.
Yeah.
So that whole, even the fact that you got that from that's amazing, because
Yeah.
that's what it was, like all encompassing. I feel like all my songs have like so many different meanings and layers to them.
Fact.
So
Out
pun
now. Yeah.
that it's like you really kind of have to listen.
Yeah.
You could just listen to it and it still be a vibe, but then if once you actually hear what I'm saying, it's kind of like, oh, she's actually saying some shit.
Facts.
Okay. So yeah, that, to me, I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be vulnerable to a certain level.
No, it was definitely for sure.
Yeah, to where I did make a statement of who I was, because for a very long time prior to, it was kind of like, where's your music at? Where's your music? And I was a cover band and doing all of
there
that
you
whole
go,
thing. So it's kind
yeah.
of like, all right, I'm out. I'm about to be out here.
Because
For real,
I
for
was
real.
thinking that same shit. Because like when I was looking it up, I was like, dog, like I'm trying to. Because like even when like I came across IDNY, I was like, okay, bet, boom. loved it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yo, where did she at? Because like I couldn't find nothing else on Spotify, and then I'm like,
That's
yo,
so
where?
wild
Like,
to
what
me.
the fuck?
Yeah.
Then like I went to because like I went on YouTube and SoundCloud. I'm like, nah, she got to have something somewhere. Found that one on SoundCloud. Like I was like, yo, like this shit is hard.
Thank you.
Like and like, but it's funny that like you even said it because like that like it felt like, all right, y'all want some music from me, all right, boom, here,
Yeah.
you know, here y'all go, here y'all go with that. So like that's when the, like, you know, you even say that.
Yeah, and funny because Frontline, that was I wrote that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Well, obviously now, but even at that time that I put on the album or on the EP, that was probably a good 3 years old. I never I sang that and recorded that to a couple different beats, and it just never worked. It never just found it until that particular beat. Wow, see, this is crazy, and now I'm drawing a blank on who produced that. Tut. Okay, yeah. Shout out to Tut, but I don't even think he doesn't go by that anymore. But
Yeah.
at the time,
He produced that whole album.
no, just Frontline, just
Okay,
that song.
got you.
Yeah,
Did you work with different producers on the album?
Yes.
Or, okay, got you. And
Yep.
like you were just okay.
some local, some from online, national, or whatever. But just whatever worked, whatever sound good, whatever made sense is what I went with.
Oh, I feel you, man. That
Yeah.
shit is dope, and you know, definitely, yeah. I have to definitely like, you know, run back on Spotify and because like again, yeah, like I typed in Simone Davis and like Inez's album came up because like it said that like you were on her album. You know what I mean? So like that came up, but then like your profile, like I just there was nothing on it. So like I have to definitely like, you know, go look
I'll
back
text
at
you
that.
the link because again,
Facts.
even just like a new coworker of mine was questioning about it, and I had to send him a link. Had I known, like I would have went back and like tried to fix that.
Nah,
I can
facts.
only imagine how many people tried to search it and then
Yeah.
just said F it.
Nah,
Damn, that's
facts.
crazy.
Nah, we definitely gonna, you know, straighten that out for sure, yo. So yeah, speak on the Sisters of the City and like you know, how did that come about?
Shout out to Kiera. She reached out to me, who curated the whole situation. Employed. She's under Opus One.
Okay.
That's who put the whole thing on. And it was just basically like I'm looking to do like an all female kind of R&B based type of set.
Facts.
Are you? And it was kind of like the same thing. Like I want to have you. I saw you at another situation, and you're amazing. So I definitely want you on the situation. Is there anybody else that you would, you know, recommend type of thing? So again, that's where that community that I'm talking about is like it's coming.
It seems like it's
coming
stronger
together.
in the R&B like community though. Or
Gotta
just,
stick
like,
together.
If you want to call it that, like it's like I don't even like throwing R&B on y'all just because like it's just like y'all just make music. Y'all just artists. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's just like it just seems like that community is like really like yo like let's fucking put each other on. You know what I mean?
No, I swear. I mean, you kind of have to be like if you're not in that lane, if you're afraid that somebody else is going to take your opportunity,
Come on, son.
then you're not that good.
Yeah.
Like, period.
Oh God, though, yeah,
Like,
yeah, for real.
And that's what anything though. If you think about it, it's like if you're like, oh man, your shoes is dope. Where'd you get them? And I'm not gonna tell you because I think
And I've
you
met
go and
some
get
of you
it.
niggas. You
Swear.
keep it, niggas. Like, what's
Right.
wrong with y'all? Like,
It's just kind of like, are
oh,
you
I
afraid?
don't want you to, because this all I got. I don't want you to steal my swag. Yeah, like, for
something.
real,
It's
yeah.
just kind of like. So I'm not gonna tell you who the
Niggas can
who's-
steal my, because like I could just make up a new swag tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it'd be lit. Like, you know what I mean?
To
like,
me, it's just kind of like go for it. I got these from such and such, and
Word, yeah.
it was on sale, girl. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Whatever. So I feel like it's the same thing within like the music community, especially nowadays. Might not have been like that before, but to me, the people who I've been around it or surrounded by and had the pleasure to work with and all of that, we're all kind of just like, yeah, girl, let's do it.
yeah, facts.
Yeah, or bro, sis, whatever the case may be. It's
Yeah,
kind of
right.
like, oh yeah. I know, dude. Like I know the owner. Like if you trying to have a show there, oh cool. I'll just shoot you his
slide.
link.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
facts.
And it's that simple. So if you like holding on to your contacts, it's just like, are you really that good?
Do you want, now for real?
you really that
confident? And bro, do you want to know what's crazy? It's like, people may ask for like, you know, like those certain, like, you know, how'd you do this? And like, what's wild is like, even if you tell them, they not gonna do, like, they don't know what you necessarily know. So even if you tell them, they might not even try like the way, you know what I mean? Like some people just be like, oh, okay, and don't do nothing with that information.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's like,
A lot of people are really just straight shit talkers.
For real.
Like really.
Shout out
like
to the shit talkers.
it's like those certain people where it's like you do the same two-step every time. Like, oh yeah, we should definitely link up. Da, 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 da.
The verbal
Never
two-steppers.
happens.
Yeah. That shit is crazy. Are we good on time? 5. Damn, bro. All right,
Seriously?
that shit's crazy. I got a couple more questions.
Okay.
So you've opened for a lot of legendary dope acts. What was it like opening for the Shy Lights?
Oh man, that was the Black Family Reunion. That was awesome.
That's hard, bro.
That was
'cause,
definitely
I even
awesome.
like you put me on like a new. I wasn't him, y'all.
Okay.
Then, like I checked this shit out. I was like, you open
Yeah,
for
old
these
school,
niggas, like
yeah.
that's fire. Like yeah, so
It was definitely dope. It was a couple different artists, and it's like the Black Family Reunion. It's the Black Family Reunion. You already know what it is. So it's like throughout the day, artists are all lined up, and then the Shy Lights or whoever is like the headliner at the end of the night. So, it's not like we was just kicking it in their trailer or anything like that. So, but it was definitely dope, definitely dope. And I would say the sound on that situation, that was one of my favorite sounds.
Yeah, for sure. All right, definitely speak on because this Saturday, you definitely mentioned right the 28th. Speak on the For the Love of You, show coming up.
Okay.
How did that come about? And yeah.
The crazy thing is like just name dropping again. This is Inez Presents.
Hell
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? My girl, my sis, all the way. But yeah, it came about from her. She's kind of creating this brand for real. And
That's hard, bro.
A couple years ago, I don't know if you saw, but we did Acoustic Love at Club Cafe and sold that out. You know what I'm saying? So this is kind of like
I
the
did see that.
volume
Yeah,
2
that's
type
hard.
of thing of that. So that was Acoustic Love. This is now For the Love of You. And it really was just like we kind of going back to it's like we got to make some stamps. Like we got to make some moves. Like we are going to make our own opportunities type of thing. So like Thunderbird is dope. And the fact that they're excited about having us in an event like this, because I think this is the first like catered sit down table event that Thunderbird has ever done.
It's a lot of firsts with y'all.
Yeah,
A lot of firsts.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Once the shift happens, it's kind of like then you gotta kind of have to go with it. So I see this definitely being a big deal.
I mean, I see y'all just kind of just like as Pittsburgh grows and like evolves into what it evolves, and like I don't think they can talk about the history of the scene without talking about y'all and like what y'all
appreciate
are building.
that.
Not for real, like for real. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So thank you so much for coming through, Simone.
Thank you.
This was a dope ass conversation, bro.
Yes.
Any shows you just spoke on, For the Love of You. You know what I mean? Speak on anything you got coming out, any projects you may be working on. This is your time where they can find you on socials. Like, the floor is yours, yo.
Yes. Number one, thank y'all for having me.
Nah, for
like,
sure.
This
Come
is
on,
really
man.
dope. I'm so honored that y'all want to get to know me.
Nah, come on,
But
man.
okay, January 28th, Thunderbird Cafe, 7 p.m. Get your tickets because they're definitely going. Some sections
Facts.
are already sold out, so this is definitely going to be like an event that you don't want to miss. All black females, talented artists, and house band, the musical director. Shout out to Jerome. Like this is really Jerome, but this is really going to be a dope thing. Social media: Simone Davis on Facebook, Miss Simone 412 on Instagram. Again, I just downloaded TikTok a couple weeks ago, so you'll probably see me there. I don't even know what my handle is on there yet. Nothing's there, but look out for me. Twitter is Miss Simone 412, and yeah, I'm out here. I would say late. I don't want to put it out there, but some
This is
things
the hot
are,
seat question.
Yeah.
Yeah. When's it coming out?
It's-
when we need that.
There's some stuff happening. Some new music is going to be dropping later, and there's kind of a show and then stuff in the works that's going to be kind of next level as well.
Okay,
so I'm very excited about it.
Nah, I'm very excited to hear new music from
Thank
y'all.
you.
I'm gonna be
I
honest.
appreciate it.
Thank you for coming through, man. MIC Podcast, episode 70, community and content,
70.
man. Simone Davis in the building. We out of here, man. Peace.
Thank you.